Hi, I'm Kat, and this is today's tarot. The opening card that we have for today is the King of Cups. Now, this card is representing Scorpio energy in the zodiac system. What's so interesting about that astrologically at this time is that we are currently experiencing a T-square with the energies of Saturn, Uranus, and Mars. And so Mars is in the sign of Leo, Saturn is in opposition to that over in Aquarius, and then Uranus is over in Taurus, and they're all within similar degrees within those signs, which is creating an unbalance in our lives with some really strong energies. We have this warrior type aggressor energy of Mars that's fiery, that's trying to stir things up and get things going. In opposition to that, we have Saturn, which is a really responsible energy that's trying to slow things down, it's trying to set the anchor. And then we have Uranus, which has been in the sign of Taurus, creating instability and change for a couple of years. Now, what's so interesting about that is this imbalance can be, we can bring balance to this imbalance if we put our attention into wherever Scorpio is sitting in our chart, hence Scorpio showing up today, which I think is so interesting. And in addition to that, what I think is so interesting is that Mars is going to be in the position of where we should be putting our attention in Scorpio right now in November. So we basically are getting this idea of where to put an anchor and where to set our anchor for the next few months as Mars transitions to this position where it will then be in opposition to Uranus and in square relationship to Saturn. Interesting stuff. If you would like information on where Scorpio is sitting in your natal chart and where you should be putting the anchor for yourself in preparation for the next few months, feel free to reach out to me at rootsofalchemy at gmail.com, and we can schedule some time for a reading. I can also do a recorded reading for you if you prefer to do that, so you can listen to it at your leisure, or we can do a live reading. And then I also revamped my website to put my orbs up there because people have been asking me about that, and you can see those now at the homepage of rootsofalchemy.com. So with that all said, and the glimpse into astrology referenced, let's go ahead and jump into today's tarot. The opening card that we have for today, again, is the King of Cups. So we are experiencing some kind of fixed emotional energy. You know, it's like we're really solid in how we feel about something, but that is being transformed. There's a lot going on underneath the surface right now. And wherever Scorpio is sitting in your chart is where it's going to be useful for you to be putting your anchor during this time. But ultimately, this is reminding us that our emotions are a very valid informational system as well as sensations within our body. And so while we may hold a hard exterior to the world that all is well, there's likely a lot going on underneath the surface that we are working through and transforming and dealing with. Now, the challenge that we have that is showing up for today is the Ace of Wands. Now, this is energy of initiating a new project. So there's something that we feel really fired up about that's possibly challenging us and is, you know, this conception of this new idea is we're like trying to figure out like how to even approach it, and we may feel some kind of hesitancy in some way, but it also could be like sweeping us away in a way that could almost burn us, like too much fire. But the way we're going to get through that, and what's interesting is we have the Page of Pentacles, and it showed up upside down. The Page of Pentacles is typically referencing Virgo energy, which is an energy that can, you know, be very think ahead in forethought and like plan things and analyze things. But the way that this is coming in upside down is reminding us to not be overly critical of things. Don't overthink things, because sometimes overthinking things can actually keep us from moving forward. And so this is reminding us to, tap into what it feels like in the body when it comes to the thought or conception of a new project or a new idea. Like, you may really feel called to do something and not really know detail-wise what that's going to look like, but ultimately that's okay. It will reveal itself in time. And I know that because the overall energy today, the overall outcome is the Ace of Swords. So we have two aces that showed up today. But consider, right? Like, consider, for instance, what ideas keep coming back to you and becoming more refined, and where you feel excitement to endeavor into things. Like, there's been a number of times in my life where, for instance, I just got this idea and it ultimately manifested into a totally different experience than it manifested the experience I intended, but then it also manifested something even greater than what I had intended, and I have some stories about that in other past YouTube videos, but it's important to follow those ideas and to let your attention drift to those places, because it gives you clarity about your direction. And this energy body that we're all living in a material form can give us sensation and give us information that can lead us in directions or away from certain things based on how we actually feel when we are contemplating that scenario. So we will be getting some clarity today. With that said, I wish you all well and a wonderful Monday, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Much love.